I myself have tried to do, going through a hard time in college alone, but it's impossible. It's okay to need people, Bookie. Not too much on that. Let's move on to the next.
Feel how I'm feeling, baby, give me some of your love. Come give me some of your love. Come give me some of your love. Cause it's on, turn on the radio, baby.
Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel, and today we're back with another sit down talk while we get ready for class. As always, each and every single sit down talk I have comes from an inspo, and I always have to tell y'all where the inspo is from. This inspo, honestly, I've been trying to make this video for a very long time because I get a friendly reminder of this almost every single month, and it is the idea that you cannot do college alone. You can try to do college alone, but it is extremely difficult to do college life alone. And honestly, I want y'all to really understand this concept with examples and reasons and how to actually not do college alone. I believe people don't intentionally want to do college alone. I think a lot of times people who end up doing college alone, it comes from where they move into college and they kind of have a lot of anxiety about getting to know people and adjusting to their new background, and they end up just trying to thug it out and do college by themselves. However, it's hard. It's hard, and I quickly realized this my first 2 weeks when I was getting extremely homesick and I was crying, missing my family, having a hard time adjusting to my new environment. And I quickly realized people that you have around you in college really makes up majority of your experience. If you do want to try and do college alone, I will warn you, you are setting yourself up for extreme burnout and loneliness, and I don't think you want any of those too. For example, this semester, I realized how studying alone sometimes is genuinely not for the weak. When I say you can't do college alone, I don't just mean social, I also mean academics. I'm a huge person of I can study by myself, but there has been a couple of times in anatomy where I felt I had to study with Christian or study with my future roommate Des. Though you could do this by yourself, it is easier if you do it with somebody else, or easier if you ask for help. Another example, office hours. I just realized my professor has office hours today, so I'm gonna be quickly getting ready. In college, especially this semester, office hours has been so vital to me because I've been taking classes that one requires me to do papers, or two, I just need concepts explained to me one-on-one. There's just moments where I've realized this semester that actually, even though I could write my paper and turn it in without going to my professor and asking them if I need to add any adjustments, I can't do that. I can't get a good grade on this exam by myself. I can't get a good grade on this paper by myself. So therefore, what do? I schedule appointments and I go and I tell them.
Genuinely and honestly, I have no idea what's going on.
You have no idea how many times I have gone to my human anatomy professor and I'm dude, I don't know what's happening. And then he's okay, let's break it down. Academically, you can't do college alone. You need your professors, you need your friends to help explain concepts to you. Now let's talk about other aspects of why you can't do college alone. When it comes to college, obviously the topic of friendships is automatically a thing. I cannot tell y'all how many times I was going through a hard time in college, and it really took just me yapping with my friends to feel better. Sometimes people's first reaction when they're going through a hard time in college is to isolate themselves and just do it alone. Put on a front that they're okay. They just don't think that they need to share with anybody that they're going through a hard time. And that is valid. You really don't have to share that you're going through a hard time with anybody in college. I mean, it's your life, it's your choice. However, let me tell you how it is easier to go through a hard time when other people know that you're going through a hard time. Sometimes it really just takes someone checking up on you.
Hey girl, how are you doing this morning?
Sometimes it's the feeling of somebody being able to see you. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying see you as physically. See you I see you, I know what you're going through, and I hear you. Sometimes it's really about just being able to rant. I know people who've tried to do it alone. I myself have tried to do, going through a hard time in college alone, but it's impossible. College has actually made me such a good communicator on the way I feel about things. I've become so comfortable with being able to share that I'm not doing well, I'm not having a good day, I'm going through a hard time, I need people around me. There's been times where I've literally told my friend, I don't want to be alone tonight because I know if I'm alone, I'm gonna be in my feelings, I'm gonna be in my thoughts. So can we hang out? Can we do homework together? It takes a lot of guts and a lot of training to be able to comfortably look at somebody in the eye and be I'm not okay and I need somebody with me. I won't lie to you, it's a hard concept to do. But the earlier you learn that it is important for you to do that, the better. Immediately when you land at college, things are hard. Things are going to be very fun, but things will also be very hard, especially if you're a person who's not good with change and adjustment. I always struggle with change and adjustment because I always have a plan. And coming to college, I've literally had to learn how change and adjustment, like there's just no way you can avoid it. Change and adjustment is bound to happen. So when change and adjustment happens and you're struggling with it, air it out. Tell somebody. Be comfortable with the fact that you're not comfortable with the change. There's been like so many times in college that I've just like been like going through it, and I like reach out to my friend, hey, like, can we go get dinner? Hey, can you come to my room? Especially Jessica. Jessica's like, if you go through me and Jessica's text messages, half of them is, can you come to my room? Half of them is, hey Aussie, are you doing okay? Half of them is, hey Jessica, are you doing okay? Sometimes it's really just about somebody being able to see you and somebody being able to know that, hey, Aussie's not okay right now. Hey, Jessica's not okay right now. For example, one of my really good guy friends never tells me when they're going through something. He always just texts me, I'm about to crash out. And that is not the best way of him saying, I'm not emotionally there right now, but I see him and I recognize him texting me, I'm about to crash out, is him basically telling me he's not emotionally there right now. He's not feeling things emotionally. And he prefers not to talk about it, and I'm not gonna force him to talk about it, but I will make sure that he knows I see him, and I will tell him, I'm here for you if you do want to talk. I'm here for you if you do want to share things. And half of the time he doesn't share things, but later on he will tell me, yeah, like I was going through it, not gonna lie. And I'd be like, yeah, and I know you were going through it, and that's fine. That's college. You don't have to even like sit there and like, you know, talk about how you're feeling. Sometimes it really just takes somebody being like, hey, I do see you and I know what you're going through and it is okay, and I'm here if you do want to talk. I remember when I first got to college and I was just like not feeling great, and I honestly wanted to do it alone so bad or share anybody what I was going through because I just wasn't used to sharing the way I was feeling. And when I tell y'all, it literally ended up in, I don't want to cuss, but it ended up being such an emotional toil on me. Like I remember like I had a huge breakdown, I think the 3rd week of school, because I was holding back everything in, and it was genuinely emotionally exhausting for me. And after that moment, I always told myself like I'm never gonna do that to myself ever again. If I'm not feeling it, if I'm going through it emotionally, my friends will know. Maybe not all my friends know, but best believe 1 or 2 do know. Sometimes you get the best advice from your friends. My friends have said some like inspirational like quotes to me before. Like I remember I was going through a hard time recently with like friendships and stuff. It was 1 a.m. and I was ranting and just telling them like, just like it feels like it's never gonna get better. And the quote was, only a fool will not see that there's light after the tunnel. Yup. And guess what? I heard that, stuck with that, and guess what? There was light after the tunnel. Another quote that my friend Jordy told me was, there's always blessings after a storm. She did not lie. There was blessings after my storm. I'm telling y'all right now, sometimes your friends will literally tell you stuff that will keep you going or push you towards stuff that can help you. I remember Jordy told me, hey girl, how about you start reading the Bible and just using that to help you go through whatever you're going through right now. Guess what? The next morning I picked up my Bible and I read, and I felt so rejuvenated. And that's just a prime example of, yes, you can do it alone, but sometimes it really takes somebody telling you a simple quote that they got from the internet, or a simple quote that their parents have told them, for you to really go through whatever you're going through. You would never be able to experience that if you're not honest about how you feel. I will say that. Now that I've given y'all examples, I'm just gonna list a couple of reasons why you just can't do it alone. In college, I don't care what you think, you need a support system. Whether it's your professors, whether it's your friends, whether your family back at home, you need a good support system. And I wouldn't emphasize having such a strong hold on family back home for a support system, because you are far away from home. If you're watching, so you're not far away from home, disregard that. But it's not every day that we can pick up the phone and call our parents and rant to them about what we're going through, because our parents themselves are worried about dropping their kid off at college. So imagine for them, their kid always calling them, talking about how hard of a time that they're having at college. Imagine like how hard it is for a parent to hear that. I do talk to my mom. I do tell her like, yeah, I'm having a hard time. You know, she'll ask me, are you okay? You know, and I'll tell her, yeah, I'm fine. Even if sometimes when I'm not fine, I'll still tell her, yeah, I'm fine, because I have a support system here, whether it's my anatomy professor that I was literally ranting to last week. Like, you know, just having a support system here is very important. You can also obviously use your family back home as support system, but I will 100% recommend putting yourself out there and having a support system at college. Isolation can lead to anxiety, depression, and burnout. You don't want any of those 3 combinations. Opportunities That's another reason why you can't do college alone. A lot of times people try to find internships on their own, or they try to find opportunities on their own. And a lot of times at college, guess who has the key to all those opportunities? Guess. Your professors. Your professors. Your professors be having all the info on opportunities. But guess what? You're never gonna know. Why? Because you think you can do it by yourself, and you're not gonna share the fact that you're struggling with the fact that you can't find an internship. Another reason why it's so important to have people in college is shared struggles. Shared struggles. It's so nice to be able to sit there and be like, I'm going through XYZ and I'm having a hard time, and somebody's like, girl, same, you know, this week I went through this, and it's like, damn, I'm not alone. Like, we're all going through it together. Nothing beats that. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now, nothing feels better than sharing what you're going through, and somebody's like, girl, same, boy, same, dude, same. Nothing beats that. And just lastly, fun and balance. College is more than just academics and, you know, coming here and getting a degree. That is the main point of college, coming here and getting a degree. But making friends, you know, sharing your life with people and just like connecting with people is also another like crazy reason why college is important, is networking and sharing your life with people and getting to know people. Like, that's also part of college. So like, don't forget that when you're at college. You know, a lot of people like to disregard the fact that college is also for you to come here and get to know people, and they're like, no, like I just want to come here and quickly get my degree and leave. That's fine, but if you ever want to reconsider that, just know that college is also for getting to know people and putting yourself out there. Here's my advice and tips on how I have not been doing college alone. Join clubs, organizations, study groups. I literally cannot express how important it is for one to be in clubs and organizations and study groups and just having a community at college, because a lot of times when you meet with those communities and you walk out, honestly feel way better because you've been able to talk and just get stuff out and air things out, whether it's even about things that you're going through or just like topics that y'all talk about. There's nothing better than just being able to have somebody to talk to. Before coming to college, I reached out to so many people because I wanted to step on college grounds, being familiar with faces so I don't feel as uncomfortable with the change. And I honestly 100% recommend that to anybody and everybody. Reaching out to people before you get to college, like use your 2020 whatever page that they have, or 30 whatever page, whatever year you're watching this. Ooh, reach out to people. Oh my god, y'all be so scared to reach out to people, like, oh, I don't want to be weird. Build your relationship with your professors or advisors. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have not built a relationship with my advisor whatsoever, but I will tell you, I have built great relationship with my professors. It's like nice to talk with people who are older than you, because their advice honestly sometimes is a little bit more valuable than the advice that your friends maybe would give you, because they've seen a lot of students like you, or like they know ways that students like you can achieve certain goals. So I feel like talking to your advisors and professors are so important. Like, do not be afraid to just like be that weirdo who goes to you. Don't be afraid to ask help, okay? One thing that I feel like has helped me not do college alone is literally asking for help. Whether it's from your professors, your friends, your advisors, like literally I'm not afraid to ask for help. I don't care. As I said so many times, I will tell my friends, like, I'm not okay, like I don't feel good, like I'm going through this. Like, don't be afraid to ask for help. I've gone to like my like professor's office hours. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have no idea how the heart works. Like, I don't understand anything you said in class. And he would explain it to me. And it's not that, like, you know, it's like sometimes we're afraid to be wrong. We're afraid to, like, you know, seem like we don't know what we're doing. But sometimes, honestly, those are the best like times though. Like, you won't believe how many times I've gone to like office hours and I'm like, yeah, honestly, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I always walk out knowing everything that I'm doing. So don't be afraid to ask for help. It is okay to need people. It is okay to need people. Please, y'all, stop trying to, you know, play hard, tough guy. It's okay to need people. It's okay to be like, damn, like I low-key need somebody right now. I low-key need a hug. Damn, like, it's okay to like express how you feel. You know, be honest with the way you're feeling. You know, be in touch with your little emotions a little bit. Just to end this off, you weren't meant to do college alone, okay? Don't be afraid that you can't do it alone. Reach out to people, talk to people, let people know how you're feeling, baby girl. So with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video and you got a little tips and takeaways that you can implement in your own life. If you like this video, I think you would definitely like my Let's Chat playlist. I will link it down in the description below and put it after this video. So make sure you click on it and you watch my other sit downs. More sit downs will be coming for sure. And also check out my vlogs in the meantime before you see me post again. If you have any videos that you specifically want to see me do, or things that you specifically want to see me talk about, or beauty videos that you want to see me do, please feel free to reach out, comment, DM me, whatever. Just feel free to do it, and I am honestly always down for ideas and content. But with that being said, sprinkling a good weekend your way, and I hope everyone has a fantastic, relaxing, fun, whatever weekend that you're trying to have. I hope it's good. But yeah, stay tuned for more, and thank you for watching till the end. Bye.
Make sure you ready, baby, cause I'm down for anything. Tell me when you ready, baby. Timing is everything. Tell me when you